Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba. With immigration protests taking place over this past weekend, awareness on deportation is stronger than it's ever been. As reported before, multiple No Kings protests took place all over the country, from New York to Atlanta to Texas to Los Angeles. The protests were aimed at calling attention to actions of the Trump administration, including the deportation raids by immigration customs, which many may call authoritarian, dictator, or king-like, hence the name No Kings. Now, of course, the issue of immigration in the United States is nothing new, as each administration that takes over the White House has their own position on the matter. Back in 2010, Paul Mooney would participate in an interview to promote his memoir at the time, Black is the New White, and he was asked about Arizona's then current immigration law they put into place. That law was known as Senate Bill 1070, which was also known as the Support Our Law Enforcement and Safe Neighborhoods Act, where the purpose was to deter illegal immigration into the state. The law was extremely controversial upon proposal and enactment because it required law enforcement to check the immigration status of individuals they only suspected were in the country illegally. Several provisions under the immigration law would give law enforcement authorization to question the immigration status of individuals during a lawful stop, detention, or arrest if reasonable suspicion had risen. The law also made it a state crime for unauthorized immigrants to not carry the required registration. This was called the Show Me Your Papers provision. Now, in that 2010 interview, Mooney was specifically asked what his thoughts were on Arizona's new immigration law. "I find it the most insulting, outrageous thing. State rights cannot dominate human rights. They live in some other world, and you can't put that kind of negativity out there because we're at war and we're being fishbowled. Those people are watching us. We're talking about democracy and freedom, but internally we're doing crazy shit. And if we don't correct it, if we don't get our shit together seriously, Russia fell internally. Nobody attacked Russia. Now did they? If we keep doing the crap we're doing, it's gonna happen to us. We're either going to hang together or hang separately, but we're gonna hang." As a follow-up, Mooney was asked if Arizona's immigration policy would spread from state to state. He responded with, "No, Arizona is the minority. Think Custard. He hated Indians so much that he forced them all to get together. And that woman, Arizona Governor Jan Brewer, is our Custard. She's gonna force all the minorities, Latins, Asians, Black people to get together. They've got no other choice." Now, according to Mooney, the state shouldn't work against the country because that's exactly how Russia fell. They did it to themselves. If states start making and enforcing their own laws, the United States would be subject to the same fate. As stated before, many challenged the law, claiming it could lead to racial profiling. In 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court via Arizona versus United States struck down several provisions, including the requirements for immigrants to carry documents. Unfortunately, however, the Show Me Your Papers provision was upheld with some limitations. Now, as you can imagine, Paul Mooney wasn't the only comedian to speak on immigration issues. Katt has also gained a reputation for commenting on world issues like this. Donald Trump's pursuit of immigration was a target in some of Katt's stand-up, as a clip has now circulated online. In a previous stand-up special, Katt will call out the hypocrisy of Donald Trump being dedicated to removing illegal immigrants, despite his wife Melania Trump not even being born in this country.
"I couldn't figure out why the fuck Trump was talking about immigration in the first motherfucking place. His motherfucking bitch ain't from here. She from Katsnatistan."
If you've been following us for a while, you would know that comedians predicting and speaking on events well before they happen isn't new, especially considering history always repeating itself. So what do you guys think about Paul Mooney and Katt calling out the immigration issues in the United States? Do you think they got it right? Let's talk about them in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date for the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get all of our content and not just some. And check out hypersclub.com and become one of our growing members. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Alba. Keep going.